In today's competitive world, it's really easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle and forget about the importance of giving back. But what if I told you that adopting a giving mindset, even when you are surrounded by competition, can not only have a positive impact on others, but it can also enrich your own life and make your ability to impact others so much greater? I mean, imagine a world where we lift each other up rather than trying to, tear each other down. Are you tired of feeling like you're always in competition with others? Do you want to succeed without stepping on people's toes or compromising your own values? I mean, have you wondered, is it possible to be generous and still come out on top? If you've ever asked yourself any of these questions, then you are in the right place. Today, we're going to be diving into how you can cultivate this giving mindset and still maintain your values, even in our cutthroat world. So we're going to explore how generosity and success, they aren't mutually exclusive. In fact, they go hand in hand all the time. We often think that we have to choose between succeeding and being generous. But I'm here to show you that the two concepts are not mutually exclusive. In fact, a giving mindset can differentiate you, and it can foster deeper connections and build a more sustainable legacy. So we're going to be diving into that here in a moment. My name is Jake Talbert, and I'm the founder and chief giver over here at The Giver Method. If you're new here, welcome. Give you a quick rundown of what the Giver Method is all about. The Giver Method, naturally, Giver is an acronym where we help people to identify what their gifts and superpowers are, so that we can help them to develop them in a way that they could then find the right people to influence and have impact and intention with, that they then can create value for those people without asking for anything in return, and that each engagement, interaction, discussion is as eager and effective as possible. So what we find is that it helps people to then step into who it is they were meant to be. It helps them to make a difference in their world and to change the trajectory of their lives. We find that one of the outcomes, the results, is what we call relationship riches, deeper, more meaningful connections with those around you. And what I found is that the people who identify what their gifts and superpowers are, and they give them generously, like we're going to talk about today, that the universe has a way of paying those people back. Now, it's not every single time, and it's not like a this for that sort of a thing, but it happens time and time again. I've worked with too many people and seen this trend happen where it's like you develop your gift superpowers, give without asking for anything in return, the universe will pay you back. So we're going to be diving deep into this idea of generosity. Now, if you haven't already, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell for notifications so that you can know more about when we're going to be releasing stuff. You can also go to thegivermethod.com, check out details about us, or find us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, all the other places. If you ever go to one of those other places and you comment on video, just comment like, hey, I saw you on YouTube. And it lets me know that some of these videos are working, getting people to do things. So the more that you're able to then share this with others and or implement it yourself, the greater a ripple effect of positive change that we can create. And that's what we're all about. So let's dive into this. Let's unlock the power of giving and transform the way you approach success. We're going to be diving into some specific topics, some core principles or whatever we want to call it. Things like abundant thinking, collaborative success, redefining success, gratitude, generosity in competition, things like that. For each principle, I'm going to provide action steps to help you start implementing them right away. We want to be making sure that you're using your gifts and superpowers as a way of doing that. So at each action step, you may want to grab a piece of paper, open a note, something like that, so that we can dive into what those, so you can work on those action items and start to see how it improves your life. So let's just dive right into it. Principle number one is that abundance thinking. So the first step in really creating this giving mindset is to start shifting from scarcity to abundance thinking. Like when we believe that there's enough to go around, we're more likely to share and collaborate. Most of us are familiar with a scarcity mindset, a belief that the resources or the opportunities, the success, they're limited. This leads us to hoard what we have and creates competition. It gets aggressive as it goes. An abundance mindset, on the other hand, is the belief that there's enough for everyone and there's enough to go around. When you embrace this idea of an abundance mindset, it's going to open up you to opportunities, to collaboration, to generosity, and all sorts of unexpected things that can come to you. Like I remember a time where I was very big on, stuck in this idea of scarcity. Even in my regular job that I had at the time, where being protective of like, this is the way we do it, and I'm not going to tell you how we do it. I was so focused on protecting it that I missed out on a lot of incredible opportunities for growth and collaboration. I know that as a company, we also turned a lot of people off because of that, because they were like, well, it's almost like they feel like they're too good for us or whatever. And it wasn't until I opened myself up to this idea of abundance that things really began to change. When you start to believe in abundance, it not only increases your generosity, but it also is going to impact your happiness and your overall fulfillment. Studies have clearly shown that people who focus on abundance are more likely to share, help others, and have greater life satisfaction. So we talked about those action items. This is going to be the first one. Create an abundance journal. And I'm all about journaling and taking, reflecting back on things. So each week, write down 2 to 3 examples of abundance you've experienced or observed. Now, this could be in resources, opportunities, kindness from others. And at the end of the week, reflect on how this practice has shifted your perspective from a scarcity mindset to this abundance mindset. For instance, you may notice a colleague sharing helpful resources with the team, or if someone offers you support without expecting anything in return. These are moments of abundance. So document them, and it will help enforce this mindset shift for you. Now, of course, as we talk a lot about people using their unique gifts as a part of that, like if you have the gift of being really dialed in on noticing details, use it to spot even the smallest instances of abundance around you. Like, use whatever you have to find those things that it's like, well, if that's how they're doing it, how could I use my gifts and superpowers to create abundance for others that they're able to see? If you're naturally optimistic, leverage your superpower. Find the silver lining in challenging situations. See opportunities for growth rather than obstacles that could be there. Abundance thinking doesn't ignore real limitations, but it really focuses more on possibilities. And when we operate from abundance, we are more creative. We're more open to new ideas. It's not just about material wealth, clearly. It's about the richness that comes with relationships and experiences and the opportunities that are going to be made available to you. Principle number 2 that we're going to dive into is called collaborative success. So in this world, we often, get pitted against each other. Choosing collaboration over, competition can set you apart in a lot of ways. When we help others succeed, we often rise along with them. So collaboration is a very powerful tool in a competitive world. Success doesn't mean that you're outperforming others. It just means that you're lifting others alongside you. And oftentimes in the competitive world, it's because we're comparing ourselves to other people. And it's one of the worst things you can do when you're trying to become a giver, when you're trying to create abundance, when you're trying to step into who it is you're meant to be. You can't compare yourself against others because your unique situation is so unique to you and your world is so unique to you. So by focusing on creating win-win scenarios as much as possible, you're going to shift from like a zero-sum game mentality to where everyone can benefit. How does everyone improve or get uplifted by this? And then when you collaborate, you're going to build trust, you're going to deepen relationships, and often achieve better results than if you're doing it solo. Now, the action step for this is going to be like, I don't know, if you've got any sort of group project, or a competitive situation that could come up, actively look for ways that you could help others to succeed alongside you. And keep a log of these and look at what the outcomes may be after the project or after the thing is done. Reflect on how this more collaborative approach affected the overall results and your relationships. For example, if you're viewing colleagues in rival for promotion, see how you can work together on projects that enhance both of your strengths. Like, imagine working on a sales pitch with a colleague who is aiming for the same client. That'd be such a crazy idea. Instead of competing, you can share your insights and practice together to support each other. Often this is going to lead to better outcomes for both individuals as well as those around you, your family, the team, the company, whatever that may be. Now, of course, if you're things like look for ways of being a better communicator to help bridge gaps. Look for utilizing problem-solving skills to help others overcome obstacles together. Your superpowers that you may have, your gifts, they could be a catalyst to turning a competitive environment into a more collaborative one when you use them correctly. Collaboration often leads more innovative solutions, way more creative and innovative solutions than competition alone. Building a reputation as a collaborator will open up your doors to new opportunities. I've seen this happen too many times. Helping others does not diminish your success, it enhances it. That's one of the ways that the universe finds to pay you back when you're doing these things, using your gifts and superpowers or on a daily basis. Now, principle number 3 is going to be redefining success. Now, that may sound a little weird, but if you want to embrace a giving mindset, we need to expand what our definition of success is beyond traditional metrics like money or status. Like, true success includes the positive impact we have on others in the world around us. I believe that there are three main currencies in life: time, energy, and money. And if I'm successful, I'm spending time where I want to spend it, I'm spending the energy where I spend it, and I'm making the money that I want to be making, I'm happy and everything. But what I've found is that there is a trump card that you will give up any one of those things for in order to make that thing happen. That's the impact. That is the thing you want to do in the world. You will give up your time, you will give up effort, you will give up money in order to make that greater impact. So these metrics of money or status or power, like, they don't always lead to fulfillment or happiness. Redefining success means it's going to include elements like your personal growth, positive impact, giving back. Success can mean different things to different people. This is also why, once again, you can't compare yourself to others in that sort of a scenario. For some people, it's about growth or self-improvement, and for others, it's going to be about making meaningful difference in other people's lives. So the action step here is going to be that you want to create a personal success redefinement statement. Like, redefine what it means to you. Write down what success means beyond just traditional metrics. Include things like giving or personal growth or personal impact. Share the statement with a family member, someone trusted friend, a mentor, whatever it may be. Discuss how it can align your actions, how you can align your actions with this new definition. This new success might focus on mentoring people each year, or volunteering regularly, or fostering culture of teamwork, whatever that may be. Redefining success this way can make your journey so much more meaningful along the way. When you craft your success redefinition statement, I'll just call it that, consider how using your gifts and superpowers can contribute to that sort of success. Now, success isn't just about what we achieve, but about who we become. I talk a lot about the stepping into who you're meant to be. It's about who you become as a part of that process. When we define success more broadly, we open ourselves to more opportunities for fulfillment. Your definition of success should align with your core values and what truly matters to you most at the deepest, most emotional level. Moving on to principle number 4, it's going to be to have gratitude practice. Gratitude is one of the biggest foundations of giving mindset. When we appreciate what we have and the contributions of others, we are naturally more inclined to give back. Gratitude is a simple but powerful tool for cultivating a giving mindset. It shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have. And it's going to open our hearts to giving because we're aware of how much we've already received. A regular practice of gratitude can help you become more empathetic and more compassionate to others, which are big parts of developing yourself as a giver. Regular practice, it's simple acts that can have really deep effects on your mindset and your relationships. So a couple action steps here. Like, number 1, daily, put into daily thank yous. Every day, express genuine gratitude to try and find 2 to 3 people that you could, for whatever it may be. It doesn't matter how big or small it may be, but be specific on the things or the qualities that they did as a part of that. Keep a record of how these practices shift your mindset. You could thank a colleague at work, partner for their support, or strangers for their kindness. Like, the practice, it's going to not only strengthen your relationships, but really create this ripple effect of positivity as people start to feel that, which we need so much more of in this world. Now, you can also take it a step further. One of my old clients that I worked with, his name's Joe Polish. He runs a group called Genius Network. And one of the things I know he does a lot is he's very big into still writing the handwritten thank you notes and choose people every single month that he can send these to. Someone I go to church with, anytime you do anything, if you get up and speak in church, if if she sees you doing anything to help someone, a few days later in the mail, you get a card. And it's one of those things that it's like, well, gosh, she's such an amazing person. She does it for everybody, but it really does build you up and make you feel so much better about yourself as you do that. So think about how you could implement those as a part of this gratitude strategy. Gratitude, it's going to shift our focus from what we lack to what we have, as we mentioned. So expressing gratitude strengthens those relationships, increases positive interactions, and a regular practice, it's going to improve your overall well-being and your resilience as you encounter any sort of road bumps or setbacks or things that may come along the way. Principle number 5 is to look at generosity in competition. Even in competitive situations, there's room for generosity. In fact, being generous when it's least expected can set you apart and lead to very unexpected positive outcomes for you. Being generous is even like in a competitive situation, like it may sound counterintuitive, but it can actually be the competitive advantage that you have or that you need. When you give generously, you're going to build trust, you're going to foster those deeper relationships, and you're going to create goodwill that often comes back to you. Once again, the universe finding that way to pay you back. Generosity helps you build more authentic relationships, which are the foundation for long-term success. When people know that you're generous, they are way more likely to want to work with you and support you and recommend you to others. So the next time you're in any competitive situation, work and sports, whatever it may be, challenge yourself to find a way to be generous to the competitors. It could be sharing helpful tips. It could be offering encouragement. It could be acknowledgement of strengths. One of the things that I love, I watch a lot of football, and I love when teams that I pay attention to a lot, people get really mad at them because they'll knock someone, they'll tackle someone, and then they get up and they're first person off or their hand and be like, awesome, good job, man, and it drives the other team crazy. But these are those opportunities that you can do that. So if you're competing for a client, compliment the competitor, on their pitch, on their offer, what they do, it could be a helpful resource that they have. This approach is going to show you have so much more confidence in your own abilities and can create an atmosphere of mutual respect. Now, as always, think of the ways that you can incorporate gifts or superpowers wherever possible. Generosity in competition can lead to so much more respect and the potential for future collaborations, the universe paying you back. Being generous doesn't mean letting others win. It means competing with integrity and kindness. And generosity is going to help alleviate the stress or negative emotions that are often associated with competition that can eat us up and really cause us to have bad feelings towards others that we don't need. Cultivating a giving mindset, as we've been talking about, especially in a competitive world, it's not easy, but it will be incredibly rewarding to you. Think about it from this abundance thinking and value, how we can collaborate together and redefining what success means to you, the gratitudes, and finding ways even to be generous to your competition. It's going to truly transform your approach to life and your success. Remember, giving, it's not about what you do, it's about who you are, and it's about who you become as a part of that process. As you develop this mindset, you will likely find that opportunities or relationships or personal growth, they just naturally follow you. I've seen it happen too many times. You're not just changing your actions, you are changing your impact on the world, which then has a ripple effect that's just going to keep going beyond the scope you could ever imagine. Your unique gifts and superpowers are your secret weapon in this journey. They allow you to give in a way that only you can, making your contributions truly special. You are the only person that has your gifts and superpowers in the way that you do, based off your history and your experience and how you've developed them and how you use them and how you give them. So aligning your natural talents with these principles will create a unique brand of generosity that really sets you apart and inspires others around you. As the saying goes, a rising tide lifts all boats. When we cultivate giving mindset, you become that rising tide, lifting those around you and creating that ripple effect of positive change. Now, I challenge you to choose one of these actions or all of them and commit to doing them this week, whether it's starting with the Abundance Journal or redefining success. Take steps towards this giving mindset. Remember that you want to infuse these actions with your gifts and superpowers wherever possible. You want to document what you're doing and reflect back on that. If you want to dive deeper into this idea of cultivating a giving mindset, creating meaningful impact, developing your gifts and superpowers in a way that you can do this so easily as you interact with other people, then I invite you to go to thegivermethod.com, join our newsletter list. We send out updates, insights, tips, exclusive details, especially as we get ready to release the Giver Method book. You'll be the first to know about it, be able to get access to it as early as possible, things like that. There's also other ways we work with people, services we have, if you wanted us to be on a podcast or speaking on stage or anything like that. So don't miss out on this chance to transform your approach to success and start living a life with more purpose and fulfillment. Go to thegivermethod.com, join us for that today. Of course, make sure that you like this video, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, share it with someone who may need it. Go find us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, check in with us, say, hey, I found you from YouTube. all that type of stuff. Check out our programs at thegivermethod.com. Until next time, please keep growing, keep giving, and keep working to make a difference. I believe in you. The universe and the world is ready for you to step into who it is that you're meant to be. So we want you to believe in you. So let's start doing that. Until next time, we will catch you in the next video. Have a great rest of your day, week, whatever that may be, based off when you watch this. We'll see you soon.